We Predacons forbid you to watch this video if you are under the age of 13. That means you must click the box and exit the video. Yes. But if you continue to watch, it shall avail you not. No. For now the power gauntlet has been cast. Predacons, terrorize! Oh, coffee. I cannot wait to enjoy my coffee. Ho ho ho. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh, 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 no, oh, this sucks. Huh? What was that? Huh? Turtler! Hey everyone, welcome back to Input, and in this review, we're taking a look at the Transformers Generations Takara Tomy Mall exclusive, Turtler! Alright guys, so here we go. The Takara Legends, Takara Tomy Mall exclusive Generation Selects Turtler. This guy was and is highly anticipated, and I gotta say, his sea turtle, dragon turtle mode, this is awesome. This is loaded with paint. They did it right. So, I left the mouth here open, and as you can see, well, Turtler was so gracious enough to leave his mouth open. They painted a tongue. They painted it black. They painted the teeth silver. The eyes are yellow. And then the pink right here is paint. Pretty much anywhere that you see on this guy that you might think is paint, guess what? It's paint. So this is paint. The whole, like I pointed out earlier, the silver feet right here is paint. The silver toes in the back, paint. And right up here, the back of his turtle mode, the gray and the silver's paint. It's just paint everywhere. And right here, I should save this for later, but I really want to show this. They even, well, I can't really get it off, but they even chromed out these pieces right here. This is a touch of just great stuff that we don't see in toys nowadays, let alone Transformers, but toys in general anymore. The chrome right here just is a great perfect touch to this, and I absolutely love that. The guns right here, his weapons extend. You get 2 clicks before they're fully extended, and there's not really a whole lot of extension here, but I believe these are more for the robot mode or combined mode to kind of give them a gun extension. Right here, here's the underside. You do get a 5mm flight stand here, which I do have right here. So there's that, and he holds it pretty well. He does come with weaponry as well, which does store. So right there, you can kind of piece it all together like this, and then place it underneath like so. It doesn't really quite work as storage, but I guess it's an option. The handle here is just a little too far down, but the sword does sit right there perfectly well. The gun here by itself doesn't really fit back here. I feel like I might be stretching the plastic out just a little bit back here, so be careful with that, guys. If you guys are displaying them in alt mode or whatever, just be careful on that, the holes back here. Like I said, the gun feels a little tight back here, and this piece, it's not thin plastic by any means, but this piece back here, it is kind of worrisome, to be honest with you. See, like the gun won't even fit on that hole. I can't get it in, but this one it'll go in, but it's a bit of a tight fit. So be careful with that right there. The thing I think is pretty cool about this guy as well is that, as you saw, he is fully compatible with the blast effects from Siege. So I've got Jetfire's pieces right here, and they do fit in there pretty tight. It does have the same grips and stuff. I don't know how well you'll be able to see that, but it does have the same grips and everything right there. And what's really cool for a stop motion animator like myself, if you really want to animate the guns blasting, you can extend this out and do the fire effect like this just shot, and this one's coming back for another round, and then you can do that too, and just kind of animate the guns going in and out and firing and stuff, and that's really cool. I mean, Takara is not worrying about stop motion animators, but I just think that's a really neat touch. So there's the underside with the sword. The pink on this guy, it just stands out, man. The colors just pop. Something I haven't touched on yet is that he is a remold. I know, crazy, right? He is a remold of the Power of the Prime's Hunger, to be specific. Hunger was also a remold of the Transformer Combiner Wars or Unite Warriors Silverbolt, which that got remolded into Scattershot for Unite Warriors and Computron and stuff. So this mold has been used quite a bit. Now, something that I think that is really cool that they improved upon from the Hunger mold is that Hunger, these feet right here, or the hands and stuff, didn't really clip in too well. And they don't really clip in too well here either. But they have a bit of a notch to them now that holds them back. Hunger, when in his alt mode, his fist and everything just kind of flopped around, which I'll get to that right here in about 2 seconds. I'm going to show you guys a comparison between the two of them. Okay, guys, so here we have, I guess you would call the mold mates or brothers or whatever. I was going to show Silverbolt and Scattershot and all that other stuff along with these guys as well, but there's so much retooling into Hunger from Scattershot and Silverbolt and everything to get Hunger that I didn't really think that it was necessary, I guess, to kind of compare with Hunger and Turtle here. But they did use this mold a lot. So far we have a Silverbolt, a G2 Silverbolt, a Scattershot, a Unite Warrior Scattershot, and I count that different because he's slightly retooled from the Combiner Wars Scattershot. Then we have a Cyclonus, and then we have Hunger, and now we have Turtler. They have used this mold, or at least the skeleton of this mold, quite a bit. Now, there are some things, as you can see, resemblance-wise of how the mold works from Hunger to Turtler. So, the backside right here is pretty much the same. You could see... instead of doing it, let's just do it this way. So that makes it easier. Now you do have right here, this isn't a remold. These back pieces are the same from Hunger, just recolored. That's really all it is. And the arms, or what the back legs and stuff, are essentially the exact same. Now the way Hunger works versus Turtler is really interesting because, as you can see, this is the back of the arm, or the back or the top or whatever. These become the arms in robot mode. This is the back of the arm here, which faces the top, and this one right here is the front of the arm. So there's a little bit of interesting engineering there. See right here, as you see the screws right here versus here, and the way that they bend and the legs and stuff bend. So it's a little bit of different engineering there, and I think it's really cool, really well done on Takara's part to go from Hunger to Turtler here. Now, there is a bit of engineering difference as well as far as transformation into robot and combined mode and all that stuff as well, which I'll get into whenever we get into robot mode and combined mode. But yeah, you see it just plays differently, and they did an extremely good job, Takara did, in remolding this guy into this guy. It's honestly, at first glance, I wouldn't even be able to tell, truthfully. I don't think anybody at first glance would be able to tell, and I think the only thing that really gives it away is, like I said, the reuse of the parts back here for the arms slash legs, whatever, for this mode. So let's go ahead and Turtler, man. Turtler, dude, if you don't mind, I know I'm asking a Decepticon to do something, but if you don't mind, would you please transform for us so we can take a look at your robot mode? Okay, guys, here we have his bot mode. Oh, man, I don't even know where to begin with this. This is awesome, okay? There's so much you can even do with this guy. Like, okay, so this was the back of the turtle shell. As you can see, the chrome wings and stuff. His guns that were on the back end up on his legs right here. And his weapons, obviously, are right here. The way that this just all works and twists and turns and clicks and clacks into place, it is done extremely well. But there is a lot of, I guess, hidden features here, right? So the back of the turtle shell can be removed, okay? And this becomes a shield. And you've got the peg ports right here, and you got a hole right there, and it just plugs into place like so, just like that. And he's got a shield, okay? And on top of that, he's got a sword, because what good is a shield without a sword? Now, as awesome as this looks, you can also take the sword and put it in the same hand that is on that side of with the shield, like so. And now he's got some kind of, like, you know, knight look thing going on, but he can also hold his gun if he really, really wants to get angry, right? And this is awesome. This looks really cool. This, to me, is just incredible that this is even an option. And truthfully, this big-ass gun I initially thought was for the combined mode. It's not, okay? This is his gun. He's just got a giant rifle of death, doom, and destruction for any Autobot that decides to get in his way. And the other aspect, like I said, there's a few hidden things I want to go over in this. So we'll take a look at the shield real quick first by itself. The shield here becomes the chest piece in combined mode, but these pieces right here actually are removable, and there's a bit of a 5mm peg in there, and you can kind of place it in his hand, and now he's got a bit of a knife. I think this looks cool. I think this is cool. You've got weaponry out the yin-yang with this guy, and judging by all the pictures of the other Seacons, the extra weaponry that you get with this guy isn't needed. It's not needed at all. Again, the shield, the knives and stuff, that's super cool. The sword is painted this very, very slick light shade of pink. There is a bit of a sheen, maybe a little bit of metallicness to it. It is a bit of a shade different than his arms, and it's also a bit of a shade different than the paint that they used on the color match the arms here. I'll get to this paint here in a second, but the sword, it's almost like an aqua pink, right? And I think that's super cool. It is cast in a black plastic with the pink painted over it. So I think the sword looks really wonderful. Again, his gun, Jesus, this gun is ridiculously large. It is obscenely ridiculously large. And if you guys saw the thumbnail for this guy, it is actually done with the weapons as well as that you get with golf. But basically, everything just kind of has the ability to plug onto this gun with all these 5mm ports, a handle, a 5mm peg back here in the back, and additional 5mm pegs up top here from the shield. This is almost like some Power Rangers thing where they get the gun and then Jason jumps down with the power sword and clips it on top. Like that's what this entire thing reminds me of. And again, the fact that this has the ability to do it is just awesome to me. Now, the last thing about his weapons, his bot mode weapons, is honestly the cannons on his legs. Okay? The cannons on his legs are removable. And this is part of his transformation gimmick right here, this piece right here. This is how the guns go from the back to the leg, and I think that's super cool. So the guns are removable, and the guns plug into the back on the opposite side like so. And now he's got his cannons on his back, and I think that looks super cool as well. I think that's just a really awesome look for him. And if you wanted to, you could put the sword down here. There is some weapon storage, although it does look kind of awkward to do that way. There is a weapon storage here, like that. You can rotate it around and kind of squeeze it in there. It is a bit of a tight fit, and if you guys are going to do this, be careful of the paint right there. And there you go. That looks cool. The guns right here on his back. Let me take the sword out first. The guns here on his back can plug into the shield, but like I said, it's a bit of a tight fit. Like I said with that one peg earlier, but then the shield can plug into his back like so, just like that. And I oriented him wrong, but yeah, so now he can have this backpack cannon Blastoise type of look, and that looks cool. And doing it that way, you can actually, he doesn't have to hold his shield doing it that way, so he can actually hold both guns independently, or both weapons independently, like so. This guy comes armed to the teeth, and this is glorious. The blast effects do work with his bigger gun, like so. As you can see, that's cool. The fact that these guys were engineered for the Siege line compatibility, I think is really, really cool. There's also a lot more stuff going on with this guy, with this bot mode. Let me just take everything off of him real quick. So, his joints here are really, really, really strong. As you can hear, I'm sure you can hear the clickety and the clacketing and everything. So these ratchet joints are done really, really good. He does have a softer ratchet here on the legs, but there are tons of ratchets. So he can get a really decent A stance. He's not stuck like this, like Silverbolt and them were. He does have a really good A stance. They did include the ankle articulation, the ankle pivot that was present on the Hunger mold, which I will show a comparison of the two modes here in a minute. But he does have the ankle rocker there as well. There is, I mean, without his shield on back here, and that's done with a weapon, there's hardly any kibble on the guy. There's just this right here, and I'm okay with kibble. I know some people aren't, but I'm totally cool with it. The paint match, this is paint. The thighs are painted to match the arms here, the upper arms and shoulders and stuff, and they did an amazing job color matching. I honestly, under the light here in the office where I do my reviews, I can't really even see that much of a difference, if any difference at all. So they did an incredible job color matching right there, and that looks cool. They did an incredible job color matching the pink that's painted here to the pink that's plastic, the darker shade of pink right here as well. There is no difference between the two there at all, and I absolutely think they nailed it. The head sculpt right here looks amazing. I think they did an incredible job on the head as well. They painted the eyes yellow. He does have a faceplate, which I think is cool. But yeah, the yellow paint in the eyes matches, again, the yellow paint on the turtle's eyes right there, the turtle head eyes. And that looks incredible. And I think they did a really good job of hiding the combiner ports as well, because it blends in. Yeah, you can see it's a combiner port from the side, but from the front, the black matches the hands, the head, and the thigh area. So it almost looks like a black knee pad, and I think that's cool. I think they did an incredible job paint-wise and articulation with this guy, and just really, really honestly taking what was a good mold at first, turning it into Hunger, making it a really awesome mold, and then turning it here into Snaptrap or Turtler, and just completely blowing the mold out of the water. Out of all the versions of the mold, this is my favorite that they have done so far. This honestly may even be the last use of the mold, considering the mold's so old now, and there's not really a whole lot of combiner teams left that could possibly take advantage of this mold. So, but yeah, incredible, incredible job here. So I'm going to set him back right there. I'm going to grab Hunger, invite him over so I can compare the two and show you guys the differences between the two. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so here we have Hunger from Power of the Primes, who was remolded from Cyclonus, Silverbolt, and all that stuff. Combiner Wars, Silverbolt, Cyclonus, and all that. And here we have, boom, Turtler. There are similarities. Like I said, the arms are the same. They are the same exact straight down. But the color change here makes all the world of difference. The Decepticon logos being here and covering that spot here on Hunger and not covering the spot here on Turtler makes the world of difference. The blue paint here versus no paint there right here on the same section, again, makes a world of difference there as well. But yeah, make no mistake about it, this is the same arm straight down. The top pieces, the collar pieces are different. Head sculpts are obviously different. The chest is different. This one hinges down and pivots here for transformation. This one hinges upward and locks his head in place here in bot mode. So that is a complete rework and completely different and everything as well. The legs here are the same, so the hips are the same piece. The thighs are the same, and that's pretty much the shared parts. So the arms and the upper leg and thigh area, or hip and thigh area, and there's no similarities here. This is all reworked here in the legs. Again, the ankle rocker on both are present. This is the first time that this mold here had an ankle rocker, and so there's that right there. And they even redid the ankle rocker for Snaptrap here. So this one is pretty much a ball joint, and it's a screw that goes all the way through here. And Hunger here is basically a screw that goes all the way through, but it's pivot. There's no extra ball joint or anything to get the up and down. It's up and down here on the hinge, and then the hinge, it's another pinned hinge that goes side to side. Unlike Snaptrap or Turtler here. Again, the ball joint is what causes the side-to-side ankle rocker right there on him. Man, I think they did, again, man, they did one hell of a remold here. Everything from the chest, the back area, again, so this is how the combined mode works. You can see exactly how the combined mode works here. You can get a really good idea of how his combined mode works. Versus there's no real way to tell here. They even covered up the back side right here, but there's no hollowness here either. This is just simply how he transforms with his foot going back up. So that just plugs into place. They did one hell of a job here. Again, like I said, with this remold. Bang up job. This mold was already, again, with hunger. I really thought that this mold couldn't get any better, and it did here with Snaptrap. So, I'll be right back, guys, with final thoughts. Okay, guys, final thoughts here on this guy, and I gotta say, I am completely blown away by this guy. Like I have said in this review quite a bit now. I know I've just been gushing over this guy, but he is done so freaking well. Just the display options you have with this guy. You want the cannons on the back? Go for it. You want them on the legs? Boom, go for it. I just absolutely love, like I said, the fact that you can display this guy however you want, and you have so many options. The fact that he comes with so many different weapons, the fact that he is compatible with what's going on with Earthrise and Siege with the blast effects and everything, really brings the whole thing together. And the fact that they released this set during Earthrise, and their animal, this whole set is basically based on animal molds. Him being a sea turtle versus, you know, manta rays and lobsters and all that other stuff as well. I really honestly think that this is done really, really well. Now, the elephant in the room is price, right? I haven't checked eBay or anything, or the aftermarket prices on this guy, but initially he launched at $60, and I think there is $60 worth of value here in this retool, with the paint, the articulation, and everything, it being a Japanese exclusive, and just I think the value is there. However, like I've always said, don't pay scalper prices. I haven't looked on eBay, so I don't know exactly what he's going for on that secondary market. But I will say this, never pay scalper prices. There is rumored to be an entire box set coming out for these guys once the entire team has been released individually. I think if you guys really want this set, that would be the best way to go after everything is said and done, is to go for the box set. If you missed out on these guys individually, the box set also gives you enough time to save your pennies and save your nickels and your dollars and all that other stuff in order to get the box set. Now, I say the box set price, I don't know how much the box set is, but if you take the fact that 5 of these guys are roughly $35 and he was $60, you do the math on that, and then that will most likely be the price for the box set, or at least in that range, in that area. I would probably say the box set, just a guess, probably be about, I don't know, $300, $350 box set. I mean, I really don't know, but like I said, I would just add the prices for the 5 guys, the 5 deluxes, and then him together, and then that will get your price of the box set. You will have a second chance to get these guys. So, like I always say, don't pay scalper prices. So, but I do, with all of that said, I do highly recommend this guy 100%. And they shipped 2 at a time, so I do have Golf. Golf is the next one to be reviewed. But I am 100% in with this set. I absolutely love these guys, and with him and Golf, I absolutely love where this set is going. So, as always, guys, I appreciate you guys stopping by, checking out this review, and taking a look at Turtler here with me, and all my reviews and everything. I appreciate you guys taking the journey with me. As always, stay kind out there, guys. I love all you guys. Stay safe, especially right now. Be smart, and take care of yourselves. And as always, guys, I'll see you next video, next live stream, whatever it is. Hope you guys look forward to the golf review, because he's coming. And as always, cut it out. Later, guys.